Today I'm going to show you how to strain your fire cider. It's been 6 weeks since we made this together and it's ready to be used. I'm also going to show you 3 ways that you can use the fire cider, either as an herbal support or supplement or in a vinaigrette to flavor your dishes. Welcome back to the Seasonal Intentions channel. I'm Emily Reed and I'm here to share with you my love of all things seasonal. And this recipe is perfect for spring. Fire cider is a really pungent, spicy, immune supportive herbal remedy that's been around for decades. And it's wonderful in this time of year when we're moving from winter to spring, when your immune system might be a little bit down for the count, or your digestive system might need just a little bit of extra boost to help with digestion. So let's get started. First, we're going to strain the fire cider. If you want to know how to make your own fire cider, go back and watch the video on how to make it, where I explain a little bit more about the ingredients I used, as well as some of the benefits of fire cider. We've waited 6 weeks for all the herbs to steep, and now we're going to strain the material. I have a mesh strainer here over a large bowl, or you can use a measuring cup. And you can see the rosemary is still intact. All right, now we have our lovely, beautiful red cider. And it's mostly red from the elderberries that I used and some of the other herbs.
You can store your fire cider in any glass jar with a plastic lid. Plastic so that the acid in the vinegar doesn't corrode a metal lid. It'll keep in a cool, dry place for 6 to 12 months.
So this by itself is wonderful. You could simply take a teaspoon of it as an herbal supplement to support your immune system, especially if you feel like something coming on in your throat or in your sinuses. Wow, so much flavor, especially I taste the rosemary and the onion and the garlic. So delicious. So that's one way you can take it. That can be pretty potent for some people. I can feel my belly fire up already, which is great for stimulating hunger. But if it's too much for you, what I like to do is mix a little bit of this into some sparkling water. So if you have a small cup of sparkling water, then take another spoonful and just mix it in. This is a great way also to take digestive bitters. The bubbles really make the scent from all the wonderful herbs and the fire cider come alive. And it's a very light taste, so I mostly taste the bubbles, which are tickling my nose. But it's a very light beverage, a nice way to incorporate these wonderful immune boosting herbs into your daily life. So that's method number 2. Method number 3 could be to make a vinaigrette. So we've got our fire cider, that's the main ingredient. I've also got some olive oil, some honey, and some grainy mustard. I love the super grainy mustard. So you can use any mustard that you like, and a little salt and pepper, keeping it very, very simple. So I'm going to put about 2 tablespoons of olive oil in here. As you can see, I'm not really measuring. I love the graininess of the mustard, so I'm going to use probably 2 heaping teaspoons. And then I'm gonna guess probably a tablespoon of honey. I always hate measuring honey because there's so much left over in the spoon or in the measuring cup. That's how you take care of that. All right, and then approximately 2 tablespoons of fire cider. We'll see how it goes in a moment. I may have to adjust. And then mix all those ingredients vigorously together. Let's add some fresh ground pepper and a generous pinch of salt. All right, let's give it a taste. That's perfect. It's got the spices from the fire cider, but it's tamed by the honey and the olive oil. And I just love the brightness that the mustard seeds, the grainy mustard, gives. I'm going to use this over some roasted vegetables later today. And there's two ways that you can do it with the roasted vegetables. One would be to roast the vegetables with salt and pepper and oil in the oven first by themselves, and then pour some of this over so you really get that bright energy. Plus, you don't want to cook honey in the oven. It makes it kind of sticky and undigestible. If you were to want to use this in your oven with the vegetables as you're cooking them, maybe swap the honey out for maple syrup or even some brown sugar, just so that it makes it okay to put it in the oven. And then you can always add a little bit more vinaigrette on top when you serve. I hope this was helpful and interesting for you and maybe inspires you to get in the kitchen. It's not too late to make your fire cider. It does need to steep for about 4 to 6 weeks before you can use it. So make sure to watch the video on how to make your own fire cider today so that you'll be ready for a few weeks into spring when your immune system is going to need and want some of these lovely immune boosting properties. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.